So here's an example where a student had a partial activation after making a cut. Now, as using the miter all the way through the material and turning the machine off, the student reached in and grabbed the leftover material and happened to touch the edge of the saw as it was coming to a stop to retrieve the one piece of 1/4 inch material. Now, the result of this was that it caused a partial activation of the cartridge, stopping the blade. And we can verify that by not only seeing that the red light is present on the front of the machine, we no longer have our green light, but in fact, the blade itself no longer will move. Now, lucky enough, no injuries occurred. The student was fine. But the overall reaching concern is that the student reached into a moving blade to retrieve what would be just a 1/4 inch strip of lumber. Now, the cost of replacing this isn't very much, but the concern is that as the saw was coming to a stop and the cartridge touched the blade and the blade stopped, that the blade itself did not drop down as seen in previous videos. So if we look at the depth of the blade itself, as we've shown you before, is still present, is still sticking out, even though it's immovable. And upon further inspection, we can see that the cartridge itself is in fact up against the blade. Now, thankfully, replacement parts are on hand. We'll make the repairs, address the students as a group to make sure that this doesn't happen again. So as far as the cartridge goes, we see very little damage on it. You can see points of contact right there, as well as right there. And as for the blade, we only see one real area of contact on this tooth right here. Otherwise, that blade was in good shape. It'll still be taken out of service. However, this is truly damaged.